Have you ever thought about how you should respond when someone disrespects you in a public setting or makes a joke at your expense that leaves you feeling belittled or embarrassed? In today's discussion, we will explore the techniques and mindsets that allow you to effectively navigate such situations and establish respect from those around you, even from individuals who may habitually struggle to value others. This video will offer several practical psychological strategies designed to help you handle moments when someone tries to ridicule or put you down in public. Stick around until the end to discover exactly how to respond in these moments, ensuring you are treated with the respect you deserve. Why you might face disrespect in social or professional settings. Let's start by exploring some of the common reasons behind these uncomfortable situations. Sometimes, disrespect or dismissive behavior towards you doesn't stem from personal animosity or dislike, but rather from a sense of opportunism that drives certain people. In both social groups and professional environments, there are individuals who, in order to elevate their own status, resort to belittling others, often seeing people as tools to boost their own image. These individuals attempt to advance by highlighting their perceived superiority over others, and they may see belittling others as a means to achieve this. If you find yourself often at the receiving end of such behavior, remember, it is not necessarily a reflection of your worth, but rather a symptom of their own insecurities or ambitions. The key to avoiding these dynamics is to set boundaries and establish self-respect early on. But what does it mean to truly gain respect? It isn't about forcing people to respect you, but rather about preventing others from using you as a stepping stone or target for their own gain. In some cases, this may mean distancing yourself from environments or relationships where your presence isn't valued. However, there are ways to manage such situations without resorting to extremes. In the next few sections, we'll dive into some practical tips that can help you effectively handle instances of disrespect, no matter the context. First tip: start with a strong first impression. The importance of first impressions cannot be overstated. When you meet someone for the first time, the way you present yourself sets the tone for the entire relationship. For example, when greeting someone, make it a point to stand up rather than remaining seated. Standing as you extend your hand for a handshake creates a visual and physical parity between you and the other person. Staying seated, on the other hand, places you at a physical disadvantage, positioning the other person as if they are looking down on you. Whether intentionally or not, this can create a subtle impression of submission. Another common mistake to avoid is looking at the other person's hand while you're shaking hands or introducing yourself. When you look down at their hand instead of maintaining eye contact, you automatically tilt your head down, which can also contribute to a perception of submissiveness. To project confidence and equality, always look the other person in the eyes while you shake hands. This simple gesture communicates self-assuredness, dignity, and respect, setting a strong foundation for any future interactions. Second tip: handling interruptions gracefully. Interruptions during a conversation, especially in public, can be frustrating and even embarrassing. If someone cuts you off or talks over you, it's important to address the behavior without seeming combative. The next time someone interrupts you, respond with a steady, confident gaze. By simply looking at the person calmly but firmly, you send a powerful nonverbal message that their behavior is unwelcome. Once you've made eye contact, you can politely regain control of the conversation with a phrase like, "Can I continue?" Or "Would you mind if I finish my thought?" This approach communicates two important things: that you notice the disrespectful behavior, and that you won't let it slide. Your calm but assertive response signals that you value your own contributions and expect the same from others. Often, this approach is enough to make the other person realize their behavior was inappropriate, and they are less likely to repeat it. Third tip: disarming a ridiculing joke. When someone makes a joke at your expense in a group setting, it can be uncomfortable. The natural response may be to react quickly, but doing so often hands over control of the situation to the person making the joke. Instead, consider a different approach. Pretend you didn't hear or understand the joke, and calmly ask the person to repeat it. You could say something like, "Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Could you say that again?" Asking someone to repeat a joke often has a surprising effect. Humor relies on timing and spontaneity, and by asking for a repeat, you essentially defuse the joke's impact. The person who made the joke is forced to confront the awkwardness of repeating it, and this often causes them to lose confidence in their attempt to put you down. Not only will this help you avoid feeling humiliated, but it will also subtly shift the power dynamic in your favor, making the person who made the joke feel uncomfortable instead. Fourth tip: handling provocations with calm distraction. If someone is trying to provoke you, getting you to react emotionally, one effective strategy is to respond with a completely unrelated, neutral comment. For instance, you might ask, "Do you know a good place to get coffee around here?" Or mention something trivial like, "I think I wore too much perfume today." By steering the conversation away from the intended provocation, you subtly disarm the person who is trying to anger you. This technique interrupts the flow of the provocation, catching the other person off guard and making it difficult for them to continue. It allows you to maintain control over the situation and prevents you from being drawn into an emotional reaction. In most cases, the person will lose momentum and either change the topic or move on altogether. Fifth tip: know when to walk away. Ultimately, while no one is obligated to respect you, you also are not obligated to tolerate consistent disrespect. If you find that someone refuses to give you the respect you deserve, it may be a sign that it's time to distance yourself from that person or environment. Walking away from such situations isn't an act of weakness, it's a statement of self-worth. You are showing that you would rather be absent from the interaction than be present in a way that diminishes your value. Walking away reinforces the message that you have no tolerance for disrespect and are willing to prioritize your own well-being. People who value themselves enough to leave negative environments ultimately command greater respect from those around them. It can also prompt others to reflect on their behavior, as they realize the impact their actions have on the people around them. Conclusion: taking control of your interactions. Dealing with disrespect requires a blend of composure, assertiveness, and strategic thinking. By applying these techniques, you can effectively manage situations where someone attempts to belittle or undermine you. Remember, respect isn't something you can demand. It's something you cultivate through your actions and attitude. When you carry yourself with dignity and establish clear boundaries, others are more likely to recognize and respect your value. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone tried to belittle you? How did you handle it? Share your experience in the comments below, and let us know your thoughts on these techniques. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Mental Dose channel for more insights and tips on personal empowerment. See you in the next video.